Okay, here we go. Hello. If you didn't get the message, we're going to be doing kind of a lighter class tonight, and that should be fun. I don't know why I thought of this story today. It's kind of interesting. It's a story someone told me while I was in negotiations for a record contract, and things were going all kind of weird. And someone told this story to me about, of all people, Christopher Columbus. So when Christopher Columbus was in his boat trying to get to America, whatever your thoughts on that are fine, there were people that thought, the world was flat, and some of his crew, they thought the world was flat. They thought that you would fall off the edge, or there'd be giant monsters at the edge that would pull you off. This, by the way, is only 500 years ago, approximately. So after they had been at sea and hadn't gotten to America, some of the crew was getting a little freaked out, and thought, well, maybe we're going to get to the end of the earth and fall off, or maybe this guy doesn't really know what he's doing running this boat. So they were starting to talk about mutiny, and Christopher Columbus got kind of his ear to the ground. Someone probably told him that they were talking about this mutiny, and so at night, when the ocean was kind of calm, he was down in his quarters, and underneath his bed, he had this box, and he pulled the box out, and inside of the box were tree branches. And he would take those tree branches and he would throw them over the side of the boat. And then when the crew woke up, someone would yell, "I see tree branches down below." And then the crew would believe that that they were close to land because they saw the tree branches, because apparently tree branches don't go way far out. And then they would all calm down about the mutiny, and then they could keep going forward. And I love that story. And that's it. Thank you so much for coming. We are going to start, and we're going to do a couple of things we haven't done in a while today. So I'm going to scoot back a little bit, not too much, because we're going to start with some breathing. We're going to do alt nostril breathing. We're going to do just a little bit of it, so get yourself comfortable. The mudra is referred to as the deer mudra. So with your right hand, you're going to take your middle finger and your pointing finger down into the palm. It's amazing to me how kind of difficult that is for me in itself. So that's these two fingers down, leaving the others up for your deer mudra. A lot of people teach this like this. I had a teacher in India that was like furious that people were doing the alt nostril like that. He said, keep the elbow up. So you're going to put the knuckle of the pointing finger on your third eye. And we're going to take the left nostril and close it with the two fingers, and the right thumb is right by the right nostril, but we're leaving the right nostril open. So we're going to breathe in through the right nostril, and we're going to close it. We're going to open the left and breathe out through the left. And we're going to breathe back in through the left. We're going to close it. We're going to breathe out through the right. We're going to breathe in through the right. We're going to close it, opening the left, breathing out through the left. We're breathing back in through the left. Closing both, open the right, breathe out through the right. We're doing a few more, back in through the right. Close both, out through the left. Back in through the left. Close both, out through the right. In through the right. Close both, out through the left. Good, let's just stop there and take a moment. We're going to go to our normal breathing, which is drawing the breath in through the nose and out through the nose, long and deliberate. You can also do the ujjayi breath if you prefer, which is a restriction of the larynx, but still deliberate breathing in and out through the nose. We're going to bring the right hand forward, keep that shoulder down. We're going to grab the right fingers with the left hand and pull back a little bit and just breathe here. Good, and you could shake that hand and arm out if you like. And then we're going to do the other side. Left palm forward, you can grab the fingers, pull back, keep the shoulder down. We're going to breathe here. Good, let that down. You could shake it out if you like. And we're going to reach the right arm all the way up, and let's bring that arm down the back. We're going to take the left hand and grab the elbow. If you're feeling flexible enough, you're welcome to come around and introduce the hands together behind your back. Push the head against the arm, looking straight forward. We're going to breathe here. Excellent. Let's switch it super simple. Left arm all the way up and then down the back. You can grab the elbow if you like, head pushing back against the arm, core pulling in, breathing. Again, if you came around the back, you're welcome to do that here. Good, let that out. You can shake all of the hands and the arms. We're going to put the right hand down right next to the right hip with the fingers pointing away, left palm face the sky. We're coming up and over. We're going to look along the elbow to the ceiling and breathe here, long reaching all the way up the side. Excellent. Let's switch side, left hand down and that right palm facing the ceiling, then it faces the hand on the floor. We're going to look up again along the elbow to the ceiling. Keep breathing here, running that straight line down the side. Good. Back to center. Let's place both hands on the knees with a super straight spine all the way up to the top of the head. We're going to draw a big circle on the ceiling. And we're breathing deliberately in and out through the nose. It's moving here. One direction at first. Really trying to slow everything down tonight when I'm talking to myself as much as you. Slowing down the way I approach this and taking our time with all the different movements, breathings, and postures. Great. Opposite direction, please. I'm doing the breath work all the time for the whole hour, drawing the breath in and out through the nose. Excellent. Back to center. We're going to keep the hands on the knees. And we're going to do like a seated cat-cow. So the lower part of the ribs are going to jet forward as we look up. Then as we arch the back like a cat, we're going to look at the floor. That's the out breath. In breath, jetting the low ribs forward, looking up. Out breath, arching the back, looking at the floor. And we're going to keep doing this with the breath, and you can close your eyes if you like. You don't have to. But if you're going really fast, you might need to, but otherwise, totally up to you. A little bit more, please. Excellent. Back to center. Let's reverse plank. So we're going to stick the feet straight out in front of us. With the hands behind us, we want the fingers pointing up towards the feet. We're going to kind of lay back so you can feel the shoulders are kind of falling over the wrist. We're going to point the toes, lift the hips, look at the ceiling. Let's hold here. And back down. We're going to bend the right leg with the right sole against the thigh. You can hold that right knee down to start out, and then the left hand's going to either grab the left toes or the left shin. And then we're going to move with the breath, reaching the right arm up, breathing in, looking up, breathing out, folding it all down. And then back up again, breathing in, looking to the reaching hand, and back down again. And we're going to just keep going over and over, please. Next time you're up, let's stay up, looking to the reaching hand. We're going to continue the rhythm of the breath, though. See if you can get both hands near the toe or the shin. We're going to look straight forward, keeping the shoulders back and the back straight. And we're going to take several breaths here. You're welcome to do a full forward fold into Janusirasana if you like. This is a different version of it. Good. Let's switch. So right leg out, left sole in. And if that knee is way up, you could push it down for a second. Then ultimately, right hand grabs either the right toes or the shin. And left arm all the way up, breathing in. Breathing out, we fold it all down. Back up again, breathing in. And back down. And we're just going to continue putting the out breath on that forward fold. Great. Next time you're up, go ahead and stay up, and we're going to look to the reaching hand, breathing here. And then stay up with both hands grabbing the toes, pulling the shoulders back. And you're welcome to bring nose to knee in the full Janusirasasana if you prefer. Otherwise, breathing here, keeping the back straight, looking straight forward. Good. Let's reverse plank again. So we're going to put the point the toes, both legs out, fingers pointing towards the feet. Going to lift up. We're going to stay up for a moment, just looking at the ceiling. And back down. Soles of the feet together. Now you can pull those feet in pretty tight. We're going to do a cobbler, but let's do the first version. Left hand grabs the small toes, right hand on top. You want to be able to sit up straight so your back is against the wall. And if you can't do that, bring the heels in closer. You could butterfly the legs. You could keep them still. Definitely pull the shoulders back and down and the top of the head up, and reach the top of the head up from your core, which is pulling in to the crown of the head. And let's breathe here a bunch. Good. When you're ready, let's keep the shoulder blades back and together and lengthen out the lower part of your sternum. You can even feel where that ends. We're going to try to put that on the big toes as we push the elbows against the legs. And then look at the mat. Some of you may get your face and nose down on the mat, not me, but anyways, let's breathe. We're going to stay here a bit. Great. Back up. Let's reverse plank again. Point those toes, put the hands behind you. Lift the hips up to the ceiling. Look at the ceiling. Great. And back down again. We're going to cross the legs, however you can cross them as easily as possible. We're going to put the hands on the shoulders with the elbows pointing out and away. You can go super slow. We're going to take a breath in as we turn and look toward the right, and then a breath out to the left. Now you can change the breath, but let's get a feel for, as we go back and forth, if one side is tighter. So I think my right side is tighter for me tonight, so I'm going to put the out breath on the right side. If you want more leverage, you can do a goddess with the arms, and or all the way out is a lot of leverage. And just put the out breath on the tighter side, the in breath on the open side. Nice and easy, nice and slow. All right, bring the right hand to the left knee. The left hand can either go right behind you, taking it easy, pulling the shoulder back, or all the way around, grabbing the foot, the pocket, or the leg. And let's sit up tall as we gently look back, but we twist through the torso. And let's come all the way over to the other side. Left hand outside the right knee. Right hand either behind you or all the way around, grabbing the shirt, the pocket. The leg or the foot up tall with the spine, twisting, looking at the back wall or whatever's behind you or to the side even. Because as my shoulder does pull back quite a bit, my head doesn't want to go all that way. Don't force the neck. Good, to center. Let's roll forward so we can do cat and cow. So we're going to come to hands and knees. Knees are 2 fists apart, mostly hips over shoulders, shoulders over wrists. I'm sorry, hips over knees. Let the belly drop down, looking up, breathing in, arching the back on the out breath. And again, you're welcome to close the eyes and let's just go real easy and slow here. Good, back to center, look over the right shoulder and see the tail. And then over to the other side, seeing the tail, so the right side pushes out. And then back to center, and then come to just being on your knees. And now I'm going to be on the toes because my back bending isn't incredible. If your back bending is incredible, good, you can put the feet down flat. I'm going to put my thumbs in the lower back, pulling the elbows together for a camel. We're going to look up, arching a little bit, go super easy. If you prefer, you can put the hands on the heels, and I like them up higher. And if your feet were flat, it would be a longer reach. We'll look up, breathing here. I am clenching my legs a little bit. Good, and let's come back down for some more cat and cow. Let the belly drop down, and we arch the back. I don't like camel unless you do cat cow on either side of it. I find it super uncomfortable, but I find it totally doable. Like I said, if we do cat cow on both sides of it. Good, back to center, look over the right shoulder again. And then over the left. And push yourself up to your knees and then push yourself up to standing at the top of the mat. And we're going to do, with the right foot staying at the top, we're going to do warrior 2, no rush. But when you're ready, step that left foot back, about the distance of one of your legs, the right foot straight forward, knee over the ankle, arms out. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Drop the shoulders, hold the core, look at the right hand. Turn the right hand so the palm faces the sky. Let's arch back, barely touching the back leg with the left hand. We're going to look up along the elbow to the ceiling. Breathing here. Good. Straighten the leg in the front because we're going to pivot. Right toes to 45, left toes out. And then we're going to do warrior 2 now on the other side. So arms out over the feet, dropping the shoulders, holding the core. We're going to breathe here, looking at the left hand. Turn that left hand so the palm faces the sky. Let's arch back, look up along the elbow to the ceiling. We'll breathe here. Great, straight that leg. We're gonna pivot left toes again, right toes out. Keep the legs straight because we're gonna do pyramid. Reach the right arm way out and right hand down, left arm up. You can look to the reaching hand. You can have palms facing out and away. You can rest the hand lightly on the shin. We're gonna breathe here. Good, back up. We're gonna pivot again, right toes in, left toes out. We're gonna reach out over that left foot and then left hand down, right arm up for did I say pyramid? I meant triangle, triangle on the other side. 3 triangles in triangle. It looks like a pyramid, but triangle if I said that. We're gonna keep breathing, looking at the reaching hand. Good, back up. Let's turn the feet to run straight forward. We're gonna do a different version of triangle. I saw people doing this as late as 1985. I saw a video of people doing, this is the old version of triangle. Feet are straight forward. We're gonna put the right hand down, with the palm facing out. We're gonna still try to stack the body over the leg, reaching the left arm up, looking up. Just feel the difference of the old school way of doing this. Just going to take a couple of breaths here. Good, back up. Remember the feet are pointing straight forward and we're going to do the other side. So left hand down, right arm up. Breathing here, still stacking. It's harder to stack the body with the feet like this. Good, back up the center. Let's turn the toes out so they're slightly splayed so we can do the sun goddess. And we're going to hold the ceiling for a little bit. We're going to stay here breathing. There's a guy named Ramaswamy who used to teach at the Leola Marymount teacher training. And I saw a video of him in 1985 and he was teaching triangle still like that. He is a direct student of Krishnamacharya. Very knowledgeable older man. Let's keep breathing. Good, and we stand, turn again the toes to run straight forward. We're reaching straight up and then straight down, hands directly under the shoulders. So maybe the fingertips get down on the big toe line, maybe the palms come down, definitely drop the head down, and we're gonna stay here. Good, back up. We're gonna reach to the ends of the fingers and behind the back, we're gonna intertwine, pushing the palms together, and we're gonna forward fold again, like toes. You can lift the toes. Good, back up, touch the ceiling on an in-breath if possible. And back down, we're gonna grab shins, ankles, or if the legs can remain straight, you get the big toes with the peace fingers. Pull the elbows away from the ears, top of the head down. And stay low, both hands over to the right, left shoulder under and through. Over to the other side, right shoulder under and through. And let's come up and step to the top of the mat and shake everything out and get loose. Shake the fingers, move the feet. Get everything loose before we tighten it up again. We're gonna do tree, standing on the left foot. You grab the right foot, see if you can get it to lock. You can also put it out in the front if you prefer, hands to the heart or all the way up. And we're gonna stay here breathing. Good, let that down, step it out. Let's do the other side, standing on the right, we lift the left. We'll find the other side of it. Do your best to continue focusing on the breath. As we do these long holds in poses that are not super hard, the mind drifts a little bit, and we keep bringing it back to the breath, keep bringing it back to the visual. We're staring forward about 8-9 feet in the balancing poses to help ourselves balance. So we breathe, pranayama, so we stare and focus, meditation. Excellent, let that down. You can shake it out, get it loose again. Let's go back to standing on the left foot. You can take it real easy. We're gonna lift the right leg and the left hand's gonna grab the knee. You could stay here. You could reach back, you could look back. If you want to extend the leg, you're welcome to. Grabbing the big toe, so it's left holding right, standing tall, breathing. Good, let that down, step it out a little bit. And we're gonna do the other side. So standing on the right, left leg comes up, right hand grabs the knee, other hand on the hip. You can stay here, you can reach back, you can look back. Very nice, let that down, step it out. I got one more. Standing on the left, we're gonna grab the right ankle and reach the right knee down as if there's a foot down there. I'm gonna take the left hand and reach it all the way up. Those of you that are really into King Dancer are welcome to do it. Otherwise, we're reaching down through the quad, the top of the leg to the floor. Opening here on the leg is good for releasing tension in the upper back. I'm sorry, lower back. Let's breathe here. All right, let that down, step it out a little bit. Let's Do the other side, standing on the right, we'll grab that left ankle, knee down, opening the quad, which is opening up the low back, right arm all the way to the ceiling. And again, if you're really into King Dancer, you may as well do it here if you like. Good, release that leg. So we're gonna squat. We want the heels under the hips with the toes slightly splayed. I'm gonna put the knees, the elbows into the knees and the hands in prayer, lengthening up the back. We're gonna stay here for a couple breaths, and we're gonna do a couple, just a little different thing. I think I did it on Monday. I've been doing this in my own personal practice, so I'm just adding it in. And take your time with it. It's not too difficult, but it's another one that's good for the lower back, another one that's good for having a life where we sit too much in chairs. So stay in the squat, and then with your hands in prayer, shoot them right towards me. Good, and then we're gonna come up, hands in prayer to the ceiling, lengthening up, arching back, and then back down with the hands in prayer pointing right towards me. And then again, back up, lengthening up, arching back a little bit. And then back down, hands in prayer pointing right to me. And one more time, all the way up. And all the way back down. And let's come to hands and knees. Woo! All right, we're doing them both today out of this. So we're going to start with the twist one. Let's step the right foot top of the mat. Keep the left knee down. We're going to raise the arms all the way up. Take your time. Let the hips drop down. You could bring that right foot a little further forward. Find your breath. Find your focus. We're going to take the left elbow outside of the right leg. Hands in prayer pulling towards the chest. Turn the fingers to the face. I'm going to stay here with the knee down. You could roll back on the ball of the left foot, straighten the leg if you prefer. I'm using the visual of the foot. You could also look up to where the elbow is pointing right up to the ceiling. Lengthen the breath, lengthen your back to the crown of the head. Good, let's switch sides. So right knee back, left foot forward, up with the arms, big funnel. Hips hanging, you could step the left foot a little further forward if you like. And now, right elbow outside, hands in prayer, pulling in, fingers to the face. Find your visual. If you roll back on the foot, straighten the leg. Do the same as you did on the other side if possible. Good, hands and knees again. Let's switch again. Right foot top of the mat. Arms straight up on this one. And again, that foot can crawl forward once it's up there. Take a couple of moments here, letting the hips hang down. Very nice. Down on the inside. Right hand right inside the right foot. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. I'm going to stay here. You could walk the hands forward. The arms begin to bend. Someday your elbows will hit the ground next to the ankle. Keep the right knee pulling against the right side and shoulder. And of course, breathing. Great. Let's switch it. Left foot up there, arms back up to the ceiling. Take a moment here. And then hands down on the inside. So do again as best you can, whatever you did on the other side. I like to look at the floor, although I've seen people do the look forward and they teach the look forward. For me, I like the feeling of my neck just extending through the crown of the head from the back and the spine. All right, let's sit down. We're going to sit down with both legs bent because we're going to do our core movement. But before we do that, we're going to do twists in between the core movement. So let's start with the left elbow outside of the right leg and the right hand behind you, pulling the shoulder back. I'm going to do these a little slower than I normally do them today. And then we're going to go over to the other side and take a couple of breaths on the other side with the right elbow outside of the left leg. Good, and back to center, roll onto your tail. Pull the shoulders back with the arms out. You could hold the arms or the legs if you prefer. You could straighten the legs, hands and prayer around the toes. You can keep them bent. We're going to do 5 of this sequence. Good, heels down. We're twisting again. Left elbow outside of right. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And then over to the other side. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Good, and number 2, back onto the tail. Pull the shoulders back. You could straighten the legs. We're going hardcore tonight. That's cool. We're going to breathe. Look at the feet. And heels back down. We twist. One side. Other side. And up again, number 3. Shoulders back, looking at the feet. Good, heels down, left elbow outside of right. We twist, we're gonna hold for a couple breaths. And then other side, please. Holding for a couple of breaths. Good, back up, number 4. Heels down, we twist again, left elbow outside, shoulder back. And to the other side. Good, back to center. Last one, both arms out. If you feel like it, intertwine the fingers, put the hands behind your head, open the elbows up. That makes it a lot harder. Good, hug the knees in. Let's lie back. We're gonna do, let's grab the shins and pull them down for a moment. Bring the nose up towards the knees. Just really pull down hard on the shins. It'll make the lower back lift and also stretch. Good, both feet down, feet on knees, 2 fists apart, longest finger almost touches the heel. We're gonna do the thread the needle for our hip opener tonight. We're gonna lift the right leg up, bring that right ankle just down the inside of the left knee. Right arm feeds through the legs, grabbing the left shin, left hand meets on top. Or you could come to the underside, That's a little easier. It's up to you. Flex the feet, bringing the toes to the shins. Let's breathe here. Try to relax the head and shoulders down. Good. Let's unwind it and let's switch it. So left leg up, ankle comes down the inside, left hand feeds through both legs, grabbing the right shin, other hand on top of that, and flex the feet. And we're going to lie back and rest as best we can. Good. Unwrap that, both feet down. You may want to measure again. Longest finger almost touches the heel. We're going to do bridge. You're welcome to do our Vajrayana. We're going to lift the hips. As we lift the hips, tuck one shoulder, then the other, intertwine the fingers, push the arms down on the earth. We're going to stay here for a while. So just stay in the pose. But we may, for the next pose, want a belt or a rope or a strap. We'll worry about that when we get there, but just if anything's close by. Great, back down. So we're gonna lay down flat and I'm gonna use a strap and we're gonna start left on left. So left foot is strapped. We're gonna lay all the way back. If you don't have a strap, you can grab the back of your leg. You can use anything, pair of pants, an extension cord. But let's stay here with the left foot up and the left shoulder trying to stay down. The right leg staying down, breathing, looking at the ceiling. So keep a hold of the strap of the foot and let that foot fall out to the left as you reach and look to the right. Back up to center, switch the hands on the strap of the foot. So now the right hand grabs the left leg. So that left leg comes over to the right. The hip comes up. We reach out to the left and try to look to the left. And we breathe here. Good, back to center. Both hands up on the back of the calf towards the heel. They'll bring the nose towards the knee so the shoulders will come off the earth for this part. Great, let that down and let's do the right side. So strapping the right foot, right hand. You can grab also, if you prefer, the big toe with the peace fingers. If the leg can go straight and the shoulder can stay down. I find the strap super useful for this sequence. Let's breathe here. And let that leg fall out to the right as you reach and look to the left. Back up, switch hands on the strap of the foot. Let that foot come all the way over to the left. The hip comes up. We reach out and look to the right. Excellent. Back to center. Both hands come up the back of the leg towards the heel, nose towards the knee. We're going to hold here. Good. Let that down. Let's have the feet flat on the mat again. Again, feet maybe a little tiny bit more than 2 fists apart. And then let the knees fall in together. We are going to bring the arms out like a T, but we're going to stay looking at the ceiling today. So feel the right knee, which is against the left leg, and then let the legs fall over to the left and let that right knee run all the way down the shin. And then we're going to come back up. So now the left knee falls down the right shin as we bring the legs over to the right. And then back and forth. So the legs stay touching more than anything. The knee stays touching, and each knee runs down each shin as we go back and forth here. This is about 30 more seconds. Good, back to center, hug the knees in again for a moment. And then we're going right into final rest. Let's just lay down. We're already close to there anyways. Let the shoulders relax. Let the breath return to normal. And we're going to take a couple minutes here today. Let's check my phone for that. So just relax as much as you can down into the earth. from laying down, bring the hands to the heart center and rub them together. If you can, like a fly, bring the soles of your feet together and rub them together. Excellent. And roll yourself up to a seated position, and we're going to do our normal sign out together. And if you're really comfortable staying laying down, I'm going to finish this out here. I'm going to bring the hands again to the heart center, rubbing them together. Some more of that. Good. We're going to reach the arms all the way up, receiving the gifts of the universe. We're going to take a breath in through the nose as much as we can get. We're going to breathe in more through the mouth and more. We're going to hold the breath, tighten the core, tighten the legs, tighten the floor, hold all that, and then let it all out. You're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out tonight and joining in. I have fun with this class. It's called the No Push-Up Yoga class. And it's DanielOverberger.com. You can find my Venmo and PayPal there. And yes.